Most people believe financial freedom before 40 requires extraordinary luck, a viral business, or being born into the right family. That belief exists because it makes underachievement feel justified. But when you study people who actually reached financial freedom without fame, oray più, see the same pattern repeat. They did not rely on miracles. They followed rules. Uncomfortable. The rules that required patience when everyone else wanted speed, discipline when others wanted pleasure, and long-term thinking in a world addicted to short-term rewards. Financial freedom before 40 is not about becoming old. It is about reaching a point where money no longer dictates your decisions, where work becomes optional, not mandatory, where time belongs to you, not your bill. This level of freedom is rare, not because it is impossible, but because most people live in ways that mathematically guarantee they will never reach it. The people who do reach it make decisions early that look boring, conservative, or even extreme to everyone else. Only later do those decisions reveal their power. The first rule that consistently appears in every early financial freedom story is ruthless control over spending from the very beginning. People who become free before 40 do not wait until they earn more to start saving. They save first and design their lifestyle around what remains. They understand that income does not create freedom. Margins. A person earning modest income with high savings has more future freedom than someone earning double while spending nearly all of it. This rule forces discipline early, which becomes a permanent advantage over time. Closely connected to this is the second rule: resisting lifestyle inflation at all costs. As income rises, most people immediately upgrade their lifestyle, locking themselves into higher expenses that require continuous income to sustain. Those who reach freedom early delay these upgrades far longer than feels socially comfortable. They allow their income to grow, but they keep their lifestyle intentionally simple. This creates an ever-widening gap between what they earn and what they need. That gap becomes investable capital. And investable capital is the engine of freedom. The third rule is a deliberate shift from earned income to ownership. Salaries are useful, but they are not scalable. People who reach freedom early use active income as a tool, not a destination. They funnel earnings into assets that produce cash flow or appreciation without requiring their constant presence. This includes businesses, equities, real estate, or intellectual property. Ownership changes the equation entirely because it allows income to continue even when effort stops. Financial freedom is impossible without this transition. The fourth rule is intense focus during the accumulation phase. Early freedom is rarely built through scattered efforts. It is built by going deep, not wide. People concentrate on one primary income stream, one business, or one core skill, and push it to its maximum potential. They ignore distractions, side hustles that dilute energy, and opportunities that do not align with their long-term plan. This focus accelerates progress and shortens timelines. Diversification comes later, after the foundation is solid. The fifth rule is consistent long-term investing without emotional interference. People who achieve freedom before 40 do not chase market trends or attempt to outsmart economic cycles. They invest regularly, methodically, and for the long haul. They understand that compounding is not dramatic in the early years, but it becomes unstoppable with time. They remain invested during downturns, understanding that volatility is not a threat to long-term investors, but a requirement for long-term returns. Another critical rule is disciplined use of debt. Early financial freedom does not come from avoiding debt entirely, nor from abusing it. It comes from understanding debt as leverage that can either accelerate progress or destroy it. Those who succeed avoid consumer debt almost entirely, while using strategic debt only when it clearly improves long-term outcomes. They prioritize cash flow, risk management, and flexibility over aggressive leverage. Their goal is stability first. Growth second. The seventh rule is continuous skill development with a focus on leverage. People who become free early invest heavily in skills that increase their earning ceiling. They do not rely on static qualifications. Instead, they develop skills that scale with experience. Suk sales leadership, technology, communication, and these skills increase income potential, create opportunities, and provide resilience in changing markets. Skills act as invisible assets that compound over time. Equally important is the eighth rule: protecting the downside relentlessly. Early freedom is impossible if progress is repeatedly erased by financial emergencies or poor risk management. Those who succeed build strong safety nets. They maintain emergency reserves, adequate insurance, and conservative assumptions. They avoid single points of failure. This allows them to take calculated risks without risking total collapse. Survival is the first requirement of success. The ninth rule is adopting a long-term mindset early in life. People who reach freedom before 40 make decisions in their 20s and 30s with their 40s in mind. They sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term control. They understand that time is their greatest asset and that every year of disciplined action dramatically reduces the years required to reach freedom. They do not rush results, but they move consistently and deliberately. The final rule is ignoring noise and building systems. Financial freedom is not achieved through constant decision-making or emotional reactions. It is achieved through systems that run automatically. Automated savings, systematic investing, predefined rules for spending and investing. These remove emotion from money. People who reach freedom early do not rely on motivation. They rely on structure. Over time, these systems quietly outperform impulsive behavior. The truth about financial freedom before 40 is that it does not look impressive while it is being built. It often looks restrictive, boring, and unnecessarily cautious. But eventually, the math becomes undeniable. The income from assets begins to cover living expenses. Work becomes optional. Time becomes flexible. And the same people who once questioned the discipline begin to wonder how it happened so suddenly. Financial freedom before 40 is not about luck, brilliance, or secret knowledge. It is about applying simple rules with uncommon consistency. Most people know these rules. Very few live by them long enough. That difference over time is everything.